Nerds podcast episode 48, I think. what's
Yes.
what's up? 2 episodes away. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've had a podcast, and I'm so
One
excited.
whole month.
1 whole
4
month,
weeks.
4 weeks. And let's just immediately get our guest. He's here. You can see him.
He's already
right
here. Yeah.
And we didn't want to do like the big intro thing because he deserves to be here. And also, I'm looking at this podcast video, and it looks like we're just both staring at Maddox because our heads are way bigger than yours because of where we're sitting.
Can we zoom in?
No, I'm good. But boys, what's up, Maddox? First, let me start with you, Maddox. How are you doing? How's life? What have you been up to?
School, gym, work, repeat. Like that's kind of where I'm at right now. I haven't had much time to play a lot of video games, but whenever we do, like we try to, of course, we try to hop on Destiny. But
You had your 1 year anniversary.
I did just have my 1 year wedding anniversary. Yeah, it was fun. We
Congrats.
went and had nice dinner and just kind of hung out, relaxed.
Did you watch your wedding video?
We did not watch it. No.
Wow.
Is that supposed to happen? I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
you should watch it every year.
Whatever.
To remember.
It's kind of not even that good. So no, I'm kidding.
It does suck. It's the worst video I've ever filmed.
Damn.
The couple made it hard.
Whatever.
Yo, that's sick.
Oh no, it was fun though. I enjoyed it. What have you been up to?
I finally finished filming weddings for the year. I filmed 15 weddings in a row, so like I'm still recouping with tiredness from that strain of work. But dude, just busy, honestly, business-wise, just working, trying to get the end of the year stuff out of the way. I got a music video we're shooting next week. We shot one last week. I got to finish editing all these weddings. Things are good. But little crew, my little boy, he's just a beast. He's just running around screaming, having a good old time. We've been having so much fun. And then my wife's giving birth to our second baby boy in like 3 months. So that's kind of terrifying.
Wild, bro.
Yeah, to have a second kid. I don't know how that's gonna work, but it should be fun. And then I just bought 5 hats last week because my friend's brand, it's this brand right here, Uphill. They released they do like drops, and if you don't get their stuff like immediately, they just don't get it. So I bought 5
Whose
hats.
brand is that? I see that brand all the time.
Scott. So my friend Scott co-owns it with another guy, but he's connected to a bunch of YouTubers, like content creators, streamers that like I want to say like they're all friends, but I want to say they send some of those guys free stuff and then they wear the stuff in their videos, and that's probably why a lot of people have seen them. But I got connected to Scott in some other random way with another YouTuber, and we just kind of talk about entrepreneurship and crap. And then he so happened to own that business, so I'm like, when's the drop? Because there's
it's fire. I've seen a lot of people wearing it, like a lot of different creators. I've seen a lot of people in the kick.com sphere wearing some of that.
Yeah, Big E is one of the big Uphill guys. He wears their stuff all the time. But anyways, yeah, life's good. I've been playing Call of Duty when I have free time.
I just got it myself.
Everyone's crapping on it. The campaign was awful, but
I didn't even download it. It like gives you a choice.
Don't play it, bro. It's not.
It like gives you a choice of like downloading the campaign, and I was like, how much is it? And then it went from like 126 gigabytes to like 91. I was like, okay, I'm good.
Campaign's awful, bro. Skip that. But I think I like the multiplayer so much for 2 reasons. One, the movement and like the gunplay
seems fun. It does seem good.
But it's all of the maps from Modern Warfare 2, like the original one. And when I played Modern Warfare 2 in high school, that's like the only Call of Duty I know lifed. I like got 10th Prestige and everything because I just had nothing to do because I was like a sophomore in high school or whatever. So I think it's just like straight nostalgia, understanding the maps already because I played on all of them when I was like I played for thousands of hours on those maps when I was a kid. So just been going hard on there, having a good old time. I'm almost level 55, which is probably so far behind everyone else, but I only have like 2 hours every other day to play. So
I'm
trying my best. And I always forget to pop my double XP things until I've played for 2 hours. I'm like, crap, I should have popped those.
Bro, how do you do that?
You just press, you don't have a controller. If you're on a controller, you just press that left stick, and then it gives you the option to pick one of your double XPs that you might have. Usually you have a couple.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, that's my life. What's more important here is that our awesome guest, Demon Joe, is with us again. Demon Joe was on our first podcast.
We've had him like a couple times now. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the Destiny Nerds originally. Then we dipped, and then he came back. And Yeah, we dipped for a minute. We were on hiatus. We did 6 fronts. He was there, and then now, here we go. He's on the Destiny Nerds again.
It's homecoming time. That's what today is.
It is.
You should have wore your Letterman jacket.
Can I accept an award today? Like the most OG guest member of the podcast?
Most appearances.
You have
had, my friend.
Yeah, you have the most appearances on this pod.
I think. Well, above you might be a tie with above.
They might be. Yeah, I think it might be.
Above get 3.
That sounds about right.
Because he was on the original, and then we had him whenever 6 fronts launched, and then recently as well too. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had him just not too long
ago. I remember seeing him in a TikTok of you guys.
Yeah, we just posted some of this.
We had him on 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, or 2 episodes ago, whatever.
We weren't doing shit 3 weeks
ago. Whatever my name is. Boy. And Joe is the best red hair in the whole entire Destiny community.
Factual.
And that's just, you can't argue with it. The best red hair, the best teeth, the best jawline.
I definitely take the jawline compliment very seriously.
You should, because you work hard for a good jawline. Job.
Dude,
what did you say, Matt?
What can I say?
I said, don't forget best content too. You're just making him feel all pretty. I want
his content's amazing. We already know that. He wouldn't be here.
Right.
If his content was amazing.
That is true.
Because me and you were
if your
on
content
here,
was shit, we wouldn't even
ugly.
speak to you.
That's crazy.
But Joe, let us know who you are. Tell us we've done this before, but just for the people that might not have heard, or since we're back on this new podcast, we want to hear. Tell us your journey real quick. Like, what got you into content? How did you get here? Do you do it full time? All that good stuff.
All right. Well, I got into content because I was a little snot-nosed kid that played a lot of Minecraft, and I wanted other people to see what I did.
What Chad's talking about then.
I was like, what's the point of sitting here playing Minecraft all day if other people can't see what I'm doing? So I started streaming before I ever did anything else, and then made a YouTube channel to post stream highlights to, which definitely did not work out. Destiny 1 came out. I started playing a lot of Destiny 1, started making videos on that. Left after Destiny 2 came out because it was awful. Started making Fortnite videos. Fortnite died for me. And then came back to Destiny. Now Destiny's dying. All sorts of layoffs, DLC delay. Everything's going to crap. And I've been playing a lot of Minecraft recently. I haven't played Destiny in 3 weeks.
Dude, it's full circle.
We've gone full circle in the past few months, you know? So it's insane.
Lord.
I love that. Cool. That's amazing. So are you doing this currently full time? Like, is this your full time gig?
Oh yeah, I'm doing this full time. Whenever I started like a few years ago, and whenever I started, basically like every single I don't want to say like every single paycheck, but I have like a very big cushion in the background in case things go haywire, because this isn't my first rodeo of like things looking grim, I guess.
Because you did Save the World content. You didn't necessarily do like Fortnite Battle Royale. I would assume.
Right. Oh, yeah, you were doing like the like PvE,
the PvE version, right? And so like really niche community, but because it was so niche, you know, you make a video, if anyone's looking up content for it, they're gonna find you because there's not many other people doing it. So yeah, whenever that game died, it was about it took about a year before I got to the point where I was making a decent amount of money. I was like paycheck to paycheck for a full year. Like I was like so close to being like, okay, I need to go get another job. But then it was like Season of the Splicer came out. And then from then on, my videos started doing well. And it's like, hey, I can do this full time again. Well, I was already doing it full time, but without worrying, if that makes sense. So yeah, with what's going on with Destiny right now, if things did go insanely south, it wouldn't be my first rodeo. I've unfortunately been down this road.
It's got to be the scariest things. I was just literally talking to this with another content creator last night about how when this stuff happens to specifically like content creators that do it full time within one game, I'm always I'm like, yeah, it sucks that there's not very much video game stuff to play, but I'm more so thinking, man, I really hope this comes back around so that all my friends that do this full time don't have to figure out
that's
what
fact.
to do next. You know what I mean? Like
scary, bro.
I'm like, man, like you all are smart. Like you got here on purpose, right? Like there's a reason that you got to do it full time. So you have a talent that is different than most. So I do believe that all full-time content creators, when something crappy happens, you'll figure out a way to make it out of it, right?
Oh yeah.
But it's also still like a little bit scary to think about.
It's ever since I was in high school, I don't know if other people, I'm sure other people function like this, but I feel like I always do my best whenever I have a lot of pressure under me, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Even if it's something stupid like making like a sponsored video or something, like saving it to the last second to actually get it posted or whatever, then I just like cook up something insane, get it out, boom, bam. So whenever stuff like this is going on and I feel the pressure, it's like, man, am I going to be able to do this full time? You know, I'm kind of, there's a bit of a challenge going on. I don't know. It kind of, it gives me more motivation than it does taken away from it. And I think a lot of that also has to do with experimenting outside of Destiny. Because I mean, we all know sticking with one game is like very dangerous, you know, and it can be very fruitful if the game is doing well.
It has its pros and cons for
Yeah,
sure. I mean,
exactly.
obviously.
It's easier to grow, you know, because you're dedicated to one singular topic and whatever. But if that ship sinks, it's like I think TDT in the Destiny community said it's a symbiotic relationship. You know, you benefit from the game doing well, and the game benefits from you doing well because it's free advertising for it. Yada yada. The game sinks though, you sink with it. And so like with content creation recently with Destiny, I haven't touched it over 3 weeks. Part of that has to do with vacation. Other part of it has to do with I do not want to play it.
Yeah, it's
But
like end of season too. Like
yeah,
no
yeah,
one wants to play it.
Happens every it happens all the time.
yeah.
I mean,
And so
we've done this 23
during
times now.
during this time, it's like just fun to experiment with other games in the time being and just play other stuff. So
Yeah. Real
That's
quick,
awesome.
what are like 3 games you're playing right now?
Lethal Company is
I've seen a little bit of that.
What's that?
Oh my day. So Lethal Company is, you ever heard of Phasmophobia?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Wait, he has one of the best clips on Twitch on fucking Phasmophobia, bro. It was so fucking fun.
Wait, whenever I was trying to go out
Is
the
that
door,
still on Twitch?
yeah, I wouldn't look.
closed the door on his ass, dude, on Phas, and he's like, what?
So it's like, you know how
Guys.
you know, you start off in the van,
Yeah,
you know,
funny.
and you go into the house and figure out the ghost. Okay. Well, it's like that, except for it's like sci-fi. So you're in space and you play as like 4 different workers of this lethal company. And so your
Okay.
job is to go into these abandoned facilities on these different moons. And you're supposed to get scrap, like scrap metal or anything of value, and bring it back to the ship and sell it for the company that you work for. But there's like all these different monsters in the facilities that you're going to because they're all abandoned and broken down. So these different aliens and monsters and yada yada. It's got, you know, proxy voice chat and stuff like that, similar to Phas, where you can like get these different gadgets and stuff and bring with you. You can get flashlights, you can get flash bangs, you can jetpacks, all this kind of stuff that's going to help you get those items and bring them back, where hopefully the monsters aren't picking you and your teammates off, you know, as time goes on. And you have to reach a quota. So you have to get X amount of dollars to go back and sell to your company, or else you get fired, AKA you get murdered by the company you work for because you're not making no money. And so that's the game. You try to survive as long as you can, going to these different planets, selling the stuff that you get, all that kind of stuff. It is one of my favorite games.
That sounds fun / scary.
Lethal Company, been playing a lot of that.
G-Miners play a little bit of it the other night.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
I've been playing a lot of Lethal Company. I've been playing Halo because Infinite feels a lot better. And they got Firefight coming out too. And I'm a PvE guy and I'm excited for Firefight. But they came out with like this Halo 3 playlist where it's just Halo 3 maps. And so that playlist has been pretty fun. And aside from that, I've been playing Minecraft. So Lethal Company, Halo, Minecraft, a bunch of different genres, but it's been fun.
Hell yeah. I found the clip real quick. I have to share this with you because you mentioned Phasmophobia.
Is this just gonna show on top? Here we go.
Yes,
This is so old.
This is Bearded Luke playing Phasmophobia. This was, I don't even know how long ago this was.
This is my first house. Like, this is a long time ago, bro. Don't leave me up here.
That's
Wait
me.
for me.
Crouch, hold, crouch.
The door is shut. How do I open the door? Ah! I don't want to look. I was too scared, bro.
Oh my god. It goes into the corner.
So we got nothing. What is Luke doing?
Oh my god, dude! I shut the door on him. I just kept holding it shut because he wouldn't get it.
Bro, do you remember we were playing that game and Allie opened the garage door? So like,
What?
dude,
No.
we're playing
Oh yes,
Phasmophobia.
it scared the shit out
I'm
of all of us.
screaming. I'm like, what the heck? I go, the garage door opens, and I look out there, and there's no one out there. I'm like, so I like go
Oh,
up.
she opened it like through the app or something like that.
I go up to the door, up to our room to get my gun. Like I'm like, there's someone just is breaking into our house, and I go in, and Allie's asleep, and I'm like going to get the gun. She's like, and then she just starts laughing. I'm like, did you do that? She's like, yeah. She was watching the stream.
That's sadistic, bro. Fuck that. That's so funny. Oh my
All
god.
right. Anyway, speaking of full time, let's talk about some people that don't have a full time job anymore, which is sad for them.
Oh yes, I was like, where
The
are you
job.
going with this? What type of transition are you making right now? Yeah. So, of course, as we said before we started, we haven't had a podcast for a couple weeks now because me and Luke have just been super busy. I had my wedding anniversary. He had some weddings, different stuff like that. So we've been gone for about like a month, and there's been a shit ton of stuff going on with Bungie, with the Destiny community in the last month. As you know, as you may be listening, or if you don't know, a lot, maybe 100 plus. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't really read
Yeah.
into it a lot.
There's 100 plus.
100 plus Destiny workers got laid off, just completely like out of the blue, because of underperformance. There was like 46%, I think, underperforming when it comes to sales and stuff. Again, I'm not like completely correct about this, so if I'm wrong, excuse me. But Joe, we wanted you on here, one, because we saw like all your stuff on Twitter regards to this. We were hoping to talk to you a lot sooner than this, but it's just how it worked out. But we'll talk a little bit about like what our thoughts are. Like, people lost their jobs randomly. Some people that I think a lot of us have maybe contacted with, talking about like Liana and a lot of their community managers and stuff like that. People that write our weekly updates and stuff. People that we may have even met before. I don't know, like depending on like previous cons and stuff. I'm not sure. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on just the whole just layoff catastrophe? I don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing that really pissed me off was the fact that, I mean, I think we all know, like, I mean, this is business, right? This happens all the time. It's not like this is
Right.
an incident that is only Bungie and Oh no, like Bungie's the only ones doing this. Like, I mean, this year has had some of the most layoffs in the gaming sphere that we've ever seen. There's a lot of people losing their jobs and stuff like that. The thing that really frustrated me though, and it not just because I'm like create content for Destiny, obviously I'm going to have more of an emotional attachment to the situation because of that, but
Mhm.
it's mainly because of how Bungie likes to portray themselves comparatively to other companies, with how much they talk about inclusivity and how much they talk about, wanting to create a safe space, and how much I don't know. It feels like they really put a lot of emphasis on their image and how good that they look. And it's like, hey, we're different from the rest. We're not your average company. We're Bungie, and we put in all this effort to make sure that our employees feel safe, that our players are, feel accepted. All these, different things in place to make everybody feel like, I don't know, it's one big happy family, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's not true. Bungie at the end of the day is just like any other company, and that's what's kind of frustrating, where they put in all this effort to kind of show like, hey, we're different, but they're not. They're just another Blizzard. They're another Activision. They're another EA, whatever you want to say. And it's even more frustrating whenever you see stuff like a lot of this kind of stems from leadership. A lot of issues at the higher ups, at the company has led to a lot of underperformance. And instead of the people who caused this underperformance being the leadership, seeing the repercussions, it's the people that they were, controlling, the people that they were telling what to do, and all that kind of stuff, that are facing the repercussions of their actions. Uh, you see stuff like you said, like Liana's getting let go, where we all know that, Liana is very involved in the community, whether you ever liked her or not. She's always there, just kind of like DMG. And to see her gone is very strange. She was one of the, most vocal community managers in recent memory. We
Mhm.
saw some social media managers get laid off, which didn't make any sense to me. I think his name is Griffin Bennett or something like that.
Yeah.
Was a social media manager. I really liked him. I thought he was cool. Him getting laid off really rubbed me the wrong way. I think I speak for most people when I say one of the biggest ones that really pissed me off, and it showed me that Bungie does not care whether you're a good employee or not, was whenever they laid off Michael Salvatore, who has
Oh, I was going to mention that. Yeah.
the heart and soul of the franchise, dating back to Halo. I mean, he's a heart and soul of the company. I think most people would agree that when it comes to Destiny, some of its strongest parts, its strongest qualities, is the art and the music, and that's what creates the universe that we know and love. Is a big part of
Right.
it. And whenever I saw that Salvatore got laid off, I was like, okay, so they're not just laying off, they're not laying off people who are underperforming. Like some of the greatest people, not only at Bungie, but in the industry as a whole, are getting laid off. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. Obviously, Bungie had just got bought by Sony as well, so this can't be a good look for them, where it's like, oh, Sony bought this company. Bungie's doing really well for themselves. They know live service like nobody else. And then some time passes, and it's like, well, maybe they didn't, which is crazy to think about with as much monetization as in the game and how aggressive Bungie is with wanting to get people's money out of their wallets, and they're still
I mean,
underperforming.
the whole
It's insane.
entire here, I got 2 points here. One, to just quickly piggyback. The whole entire, if you want, you said microtransactions and how they monetize things. If you want to play every bit of content in Destiny, you're forking over almost $500, by the way. Just based off, you go to Steam, I saw like a screenshot, and it's like just a list of every like bundle and this and that of stuff that you want to play is borderline almost $500. Like it's insane. So have fun trying to play the video game if you want every bit of content. And then two, how does it make sense that this is that they laid off people due to underperformance whenever this is not the first underperformed DLC I feel like Destiny 2 has had? I mean, they came off of Beyond Light that was just god awful, that I feel like there's no way in hell that could have performed any better than Lightfall.
And then they went on a hiring spree after that.
Right.
They hired a shit ton of people after that.
They didn't have Sony money for Beyond Light, so they had more money and just as much, in my opinion, of a letdown. But then this is where the layoffs happen. Is one right before their big launch of the final shape and big like conclusion of their storyline that's been going on for 10 years. I just feel like it's a really weird point in time for this to happen.
Yeah, the worst part about it is that, you know, they want to get they want to make up the money that they've been losing. Well, I don't think firing a lot of people's favorite employees that they've gotten to know over the past few years is going to make people feel any better about wanting to purchase the final shape. I've actually seen a lot of people refunding the final shape.
There's an article about like mass refunds and stuff like that. So not only did they underperform at Lightfall, is they've lost a lot of money just from people refunding their shit as well too.
Bungie has like this company that they use to reach out to content creators on their behalf. And, you know, it's the people that give away the emblem codes to content creators, yada, yada. I ended up refunding the final shape, and I just used a final shape code that they gave me to give away because I didn't want to give them money. I was like, okay, so you told me to give this away to one of my, you know, followers or whatever. I'm just going to refund mine. I don't want to give you all any money, and I'll just use this code, and I'll get to play the content for free. Because fuck Bungie, man. Like, I'm not fucking buying that DLC after that, bro. Like, it's just,
yeah.
I mean, it's disgusting.
It leaves a really bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, we got this upcoming season. It is what it is. I've already paid for it. You know, I always get the annual passes and stuff. I got annual pass for Lightfall. So this next season is paid for. But like, dude, I mean, Bungie's gonna have to do something to show that they care. I guess that's a steep hill to climb after all the stuff that's come out as of late, to show their player base that they're serious about delivering a good experience and to just win over favor with the players. Monetization is at an all-time high, and how people are feeling about the franchise is at an all-time low, not only because of seasonal fatigue, but all these layoffs and everything. I don't know how they do it, if I'm being honest. I don't know how they fix the situation.
What are your thoughts, Luke?
On the whole situation?
Yeah, just because you haven't chimed in
my
yet.
Opinion's a little
I remember
bit
you talked about.
Yeah, my opinion's a little bit different. It's not as it's people probably wouldn't like my actual like really uncensored
Bruh,
opinion
unfilter
about
that
it.
shit. Where we
I'm
at?
not unfiltering it on here. I think first I wish that I could see like the actual like I know that a lot of these employees didn't get like a real reasoning, but I'd love to hear what the actual reasoning was. Um to why they got fired because
Right.
from the business perspective, like it essentially looks like kind of like what Elon did. He just fired everyone and said, "Let's make this better
Cleaned
with less
house. Yeah.
people."
Yeah, I mean, who's to know that there wasn't in-house issues? You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know
Like,
what's going on at Bungie, right? Like I
right.
know these people. I a little bit different. I like don't care. I mean, I'm happy that there's community people on Twitter, and I'm happy that people like them. I just don't really care. Maybe it's because I'm not a content creator full time for Destiny, or like I just don't really talk to those people or care that much about their opinions. So like it never really like the only time I ever was like kind of sad that someone left was when Deej dipped because he was like the
Oh
only
yeah.
person I ever saw. So when
Yeah.
everyone was getting laid off, I was like, I don't. There must have
Yeah.
been something like, something bad must have happened where they were like, all right, here's how much money we have. Let's cut out all of the people that are like important but not like developing the game essentially, which just sucks to say because those people are important to the game because they help the community, actually do things and talk and what they just communicate with the community, which right now in gaming is more important than developing sometimes because we are extremely annoying and we want to know what's going on at all times. Whereas like 10,
Yep.
15 years ago, we didn't know what the frick was going on. We just waited till like the next thing came out. But with this scenario, where I don't know, it doesn't. I'm truthfully in this like weird state where I think I just want Final Shape to come out, and I would love to get this over with so that I can see what's next if there is a next. And then, but in the same light, like I know that they had said something in their like TWAB that came out or their statement about why people got fired that said something about like we want to give you a Forsaken experience every single time, and we don't know why that hasn't happened since Forsaken, essentially. And it most people got upset about it, but I was kind of like, yeah, that'd be sick if this is what's gonna make it so that everything that ever comes out is going to be like mind blowing, then sure. Like if you did that on purpose because you had to hire like the right people here or there, I don't, you know what I mean? Like it's like I think that's probably a blanket statement for them because they're just trying to make people sound like they're just, I don't know. This is the problem. I have no clue what's going on at Bungie, so I don't have a really deep opinion on this. All I know is it didn't like rub me the wrong way like it probably should have, but that's mainly because I wasn't connected to any of those people.
Yeah.
It sucks that they don't have jobs. I don't know how like they're like it's a layoff. I don't know how what the difference is between getting fired and like what severance is. I know that some people were saying that like only got like a couple months of insurance and all this and all that. And just like you said, Joe, like a ton of people are getting laid off in the tech, not just the gaming, but the tech industry in general. My friend just got laid off from like a crazy good like he has like a crazy engineering job like in the tech world here in Columbus, and he just got laid off because their main client just dipped. Like it's just no one's safe. So I'm like, it sucks because it just shows the reality of where that world is right now. And I don't know if they're trying to like figure out, because what's going to happen is if they did that, and then they're going to just push all these devs to the crunch is going to come back in, and everyone's going to get. There's just a whole entire mess of stuff going on right now. So I don't even know really how to take it all in. All I know is you guys are hot.
Fuck yeah, dude. Thank you.
What
I figured that's where you were gonna end with that, to be honest.
what I will say is you're talking about them wanting to deliver Forsaken level content, as far as the wow factor and blowing everyone away. What I will say is that there is a recent example of a company doing massive, massive, massive layoffs, and then within the same like only a few more months time span, I don't know, maybe not a few, maybe a year time span, got their shit back together and is resurging the entire game that they were working on as actually 343 Industries. Whereas there, like a year ago, maybe even less, they did this massive layoff spree. There was a lot of people that were fired. There's a lot of people that were losing their jobs, all this kind of stuff. And then you take a look at that, and then you look at the timeline from then onward. Halo Infinite's never been more popular than it has been as of late, with them finally getting Forge out. And I believe their last season that they released had over 20 PV or almost 20 PvP maps in the span of like 3 months, something
Damn.
like that, for all these different modes and objective specific, all this kind of stuff. 343 got hit with massive layoffs, and then after that they started this huge resurgence, and Halo Infinite is now more popular than it's been, or as you know, it's finally hit a point where it's reaching popularity since its massive dip after launch.
Right.
So yeah, the layoffs and stuff suck. It doesn't give me too much faith because I know that amazing people lost their jobs, like Michael Salvatore and stuff. It doesn't make me happy to see when I know one of the best composers out there.
That part was confusing to me, I will say. And
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it had to do with something with where the future, like I was thinking when that happened, like, does that have something to do with like the future of Destiny? Because he didn't really comment.
right?
He never commented on it.
Yeah.
And
He's just like, gone
that
fishing.
makes me kind of feel like maybe there's something else there. Maybe, I don't know. I'm like way too optimistic about some of those things when it's someone that makes no sense they got rid of him.
That
like,
was the
best part of
weirdest
Destiny's
one I've
music.
ever seen. Like that's what Bungie's always been known for. They're fantastic music in Halo and in Destiny. And just seeing Salvatore of all people, like I mean, his
iconic
work is
music. I mean, literally iconic music.
Yeah, his work is still going to be in the final shape. But it makes me wonder. So it's like, are they not going to be making like new tracks for the game? Or if they are making new tracks, they don't want it to be as much. Maybe it's an expense thing. It's like, oh, Salvatore, puts out some of the best video game music, but he's expensive. Let's get someone else. Could have been that. Or after the saga is over, maybe Destiny's going in a different direction, and every single music track is going to be synthwave cyberpunk shit or something. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they wanted this saga to have Salvatore's music, and then the next saga is going to have a different style of music the whole way through. It's some kind of different theme. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't have much faith in the quote unquote next saga. We're getting 3 episodes after Final Shape. I don't even know if we're getting another DLC again, because Bungie refuses to comment on it. They got asked that question and they were like, well, we'll talk about it later.
I still like don't even believe the episodes are gonna happen. I think the episodes are fake. I think they're
it's gotta be a front.
I'm telling you it is. Like there's something else happening underneath all
weird.
of this. Like the episodes aren't gonna happen, in my opinion. And they're just seasons, but they're called episodes instead.
Right.
It's seasons but spelled episodes.
And you can purchase these episodes, but they haven't told us what they are. They're like, okay, so they're longer seasons, there's more quests and more story beats and more rewards. Okay, like what the fuck else?
I want to know about after the main thing happens.
Yeah, like I saw that they said there's going to be like 200 tiers in a battle pass for an episode. It's like, okay, what else? You know, is it like what's the defining factor here? That's
and
so
each
different?
Episode is going to have 3 acts that are all 6 weeks long. Is that right? Is that right?
Okay. Right. Yeah, and each act is going to bring something else. Like more, I think they said it's going to be like a periodic thing. So like Act 1 is 100 tier battle pass plus the other stuff. Act 2 gives you 50 more tiers, and Act 3 gives you the last 50 tiers.
Yeah.
So that's how the season pass or the episodic pass or whatever is going to work. And then they said that they did say that the episodes are like standalone. So we do know that, where you don't need to play this episode to understand this episode. It's like its own story. But what we don't,
great. So we're gonna have like 14 different storylines going on again, like,
and we don't know if they're going away like seasons either.
Yeah,
because like we're seasons, it's like you could have like this amazing storyline get told, and then the next year it's gone. I mean, Destiny is an old game, you know, and it's like, are we keeping all the episodic content in the game, or DCVing it?
We just finished the like craziest ending of any 10-year series,
right?
And then like, we're just gonna go just chill on some half craft stories that are all different. That's what I feel like it's gonna be. Like, if it ends, end it, and then just make the new. I talk about this every time. Make the new thing. Cut the number off. Call it Destiny. Make it a real giant like MMO life. Like, I don't know, dude. I just make it this big giant thing that's completely different.
Yeah.
After this, new engine, everything. But I've talked about that like 1,000 times, so I'm not going to bore the audience with that again.
Yeah, we've spoke upon that.
No, I want it to be like Final Shape comes out, 3 episodes come out, and then the game is done for like years,
Bruh,
and then they come out
hit him with
a
the Fortnite
sequel.
reset, dog. Like
For
after
real,
like
dude.
chapter 2 opens up, bro. The whole map just gets sucked into
You just
the
open the
triangles.
game and it's a black hole, and it's like,
Yeah.
come back in 3 years, Destiny
Mhm.
3.
All your content's gone, bro. Everything
Yeah,
you
you
paid
can't even
for.
access
You ain't
it.
playing this fucking game, dude.
Yeah. It's like,
Go out-
dude,
go outside.
They turn the servers off just immediately.
dude, I
Oh, that's
know
funny.
I know people talk shit and they keep saying that like a sequel isn't gonna fix the problems. And to a certain extent they're right. You
I-
know,
Dude,
it's
we
not gonna
had a
fix the
great
problems.
point about this. I'll let you finish though.
But my thing is like, dude, you're not gonna get new players in the game unless there's some form of reset. There's so many people that have been burned by Destiny twice now. Destiny 1's launch and Destiny 2's launch, to the point where they got burned so bad, they're like, I'm not fucking coming back. I don't want to be back. Like, they leave, and then the next big thing comes out, Taken King, Forsaken, and then the game's good again, yada yada. But like some of those people that left in the beginning, they don't want to come back because they're like, dude, all these
That
other
bad
people,
taste, yeah.
they got like, they got that bad taste in their mouth because Bungie keeps screwing with them and releasing incomplete products. And then they got all these other people who have like 5,000 hours in the game and all the DLCs, and they're like, damn, for one, I got a bad taste in my mouth. For two, I'm so far behind. And for three, I got to spend $500 to get into the game. Give me a sequel so I can just pay $60 and be on the same, level as everyone else.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to start getting a new influx of players until a sequel happens. And I think Bungie just needs to take like a 5-year hiatus or something and just figure their stuff out and launch something good and make sure it's good at launch, or else it's not going to grow. I think Destiny 2's growth spurt is never going to reach Forsaken ever again. No, I don't care how long this game goes on for. It's not hitting Forsaken ever again unless there's a sequel.
And back on kind of like the layoff kind of talk as well too, because when we were said like this has been the most underperforming season, or like DLC with the 46% like below expected, that blows my mind as well too, because you think about what they did for Lightfall, and you think about like just like they brought back Callus. We were waiting for that to kind of end. We had more of like the Witness,
It was
and like
Nimbus's
we had
fault.
the triangles.
That was who did it.
Huh?
Nimbus is the reason it was 45%.
Don't
Probably,
talk about
bro.
Nimbus, please.
Probably.
I'm tired of it.
My point here is like you had all these things that like we looked forward to for the longest time, and then this like whole entire DLC was marketed out the ass, bro. Like they had Tim the Tap Man, they had all these big ass 40.
They probably just spent too much money paying them to play.
You know why it underperformed?
I forgot about
because
all that.
those people saw how shit Destiny was at the time, and
Yeah.
nobody played that shit.
That's
It
insane.
backfired on them, bro. They had Tim the Tap Man playing this game like, wow, this shit sucks, bro. Can we go
Instead
back
of
to
Witch
COD?
Queen, they did that shit for Lightfall instead of Witch Queen.
They
Yeah,
should
that
have
was
had the
stupid.
people that actually enjoyed playing this game, and not people that didn't know what the fuck Destiny was.
Yeah.
Like Shroud, Shroud goes in PvP. Like, why the fuck does anybody play this game? This is awful. Like, I'd rather go play bullshit COD or something like that. It just blows my mind that like that much, that's a high percentage of underperforming. 46%. You're telling me that almost 50% of your expectations was just not there, bro. Like that's wild.
I think in a different universe where, because I believe that Witch Queen and Lightfall were the same thing at once.
They should have been.
I think that they were all one, and then Final Shape. Well, technically, Lightfall was supposed. So, like when they announced it originally, it was Witch Queen and Lightfall was the end, and then they changed it and said Witch Queen, Lightfall, and then they added Final Shape randomly. So, I think that Lightfall and Witch Queen was together. Like I think that was supposed to all come out at the same time. And if it did, imagine both of those combined.
Or was it Lightfall and Final Shape?
No, Lightfall and Witch Queen.
No, it was Lightfall and Witch Queen.
Those two, a lot of them.
The same. Okay.
I think that a lot of like the storyline there, if it could have been intertwined a little bit, it would have been a really sweet. Like that would have been a crazy combo. Imagine all the content that would have came out of just those two together, and then you have Final Shape on its own.
No, because it would have been like Forsaken. Because
Yeah.
like
Imagine
Forsaken had 2 different locations, you know, it had Dreaming City and Tangled Shore.
that
Imagine we got the
nobody
Throne
knew
World
about the
and
Dreaming City, by the way, either.
I know.
Like
So
that's what's
imagine
wild to me.
imagine we beat the Witch Queen campaign and it's like Guardian. There's the city on
Exactly.
Neo Mumbus, Neomuna on Neptune.
I'm thinking
go
almost
check
would
it
have been
out.
better if you did Lightfall and then went straight into Final Shape. Like, hey, we just beat Callus's ass, but them motherfuckers just went into the Traveler. We got to get going, and then you open up the Traveler and then it ends. That would have been sick.
Yeah.
I'd have fucked with that heavy. But no, I see what you're saying. And it's just so weird to me how that shit, I can't get off that number, 46%. Like, it just blows my mind.
They
Like,
just underperformed.
yeah.
We all know how. Like, we sit on here and we talk about the stuff that we want every single week, and everyone on Twitter talks about the stuff they want every single week, and every single season we get the same exact stuff. So I don't know if at Bungie they're just like, all right, we're sick of this. Who's going to actually change this? We're getting rid of everyone, and
Yeah.
we're going to figure it out. And
That's what
I
I was
don't know
saying,
if
like-
I don't know if that's what they're trying to do, but which sucks for the people that lose their jobs. But
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know if in the end it ends up being, like you said, with Infinite, if it ends up coming back. It's tough to think of it coming back because we're at the end, right? Like the end of Destiny 2, essentially. How are we supposed to get a big comeback?
If I recall correctly, the Infinite thing was not only was it layoffs for a lot of employees, but a lot of management was actually laid off. And I'm pretty sure, as far as I know, in the Destiny world, I don't think any management was hit. So
I don't think so. I didn't see anything about
Yeah.
like any top dog being let go.
Right.
It all was like,
Do you think
the
it
little
had to
threadlings.
have been money then? Like, honestly, like these people were doing a good job. It had to be like, all right, we lost 50% of this. Sony's gonna be pissed at us. So let's figure out what we're spending money on. Okay, we're paying $500,000 a year to 3 community managers. Let's fire them. Okay, and then we're paying. I don't know. You know what I mean? I have no clue what the budget.
I'm not gonna.
But-
They ain't losing shit there, bro. I'm sorry. I hate to say it, bro, but like they can find better ones. They just can, and that might be a hot.
You don't
take,
know
but-
though. You don't work there. Like nobody.
I don't,
none of us
but I'm
know what actually
Yeah.
happened in Bungie.
Right. No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about like if the community manager was the issue, they can find better ones. They can find smaller people that are like here for the job only and don't have like a love for Destiny, or like obviously they want people that play the game to be the community manager and stuff like that and enjoy the content. But like I think they can find better people to maybe fill the shoes for all these people. And like you were saying, we don't know what happened, but I'm could assume that the people that they did lay off might have been what they thought was the issue. Hey, this 46%, where did that come from? Oh, this team.
It's tough though to
You
think of
guys-
it being those people. They're not the ones making it. The people making the
No,
game
but
are the ones that are
yeah.
making it suck.
They're
Well,
also
right.
the public eye and the face of this as well too. I mean, like,
Given
Sure.
the reports that I saw from like I think it was Paul Tassi had done like an interview with someone that worked there, and apparently the way that it would go is you would have community manager A would see feedback, and then would go to, I don't know, either development team or the person in charge managing the development team, tell them this. And I mean, it's obvious, it's always up to them whether or not they do it. The community manager can do their job. They can tell, the feedback,
Exactly,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
up to the management whether they want to do it. And so what I had seen from Paul Tassi's end is that there was a point where the developers and community managers, all that kind of stuff, were practically begging. They're like, hey, listen, we need to make this change for the players. They're getting mad. We need to do this. We really want to do this. And they were
Yeah.
like, fuck no, we're not doing that, because it had to do with monetization. I remember it had something to do with cutting back on monetization. And they were like, no, we're 46% behind. We're not doing that.
You guys are out
dude,
here.
add another campaign skip and event card, dude. Like, we get more money. Like,
that's the only thing I've ever fucking purchased too. That's the most beautiful thing they've actually monetized, to be honest.
What?
The campaign skip.
Oh yeah, dude. Bro, I just speaking of monetization, I hadn't got my season past to 100 yet. I bought 20 levels yesterday, so that I
Oh
didn't
my
have to play.
fucking god, dude.
dude,
like
because all the
$20.
seasonal challenges are available. So like, just go to the EDZ and do like some
don't wanna
lost
play.
sectors.
I don't
Well, I
want to do
get
that.
but like,
So I gave him $20. Here you go.
that's crazy. I mean, I guess you're helping them fix their percentages.
Yeah, you're helping with the overperforming.
I got you, Bungie. Let's get us back.
Yeah, hey.
We are so back, baby.
Hey guys,
Bearded
make sure
Luke.
you get your
Bearded Luke spent $20 one time on.
If you guys are listening to
silver.
this, make sure you purchase the rest of your season pass to help us out here, boys. All right.
That's
I've
crazy.
never ever not finished season pass. That shows you how
the
little I
final
played this
shape
season.
must not be delayed if we all purchase the rest of our season pass.
Everybody
so
pays for
funny.
20 levels, and we're good. We're back. It's gonna be first. There's gonna be 50 new exotics.
If you purchase the rest of your season pass, they all get their jobs back. Let's go, dude.
Let's unite together. We're basically paying their salary at that point.
Oh my god, dude. That's so fucked. So funny. Oh my
man.
gosh. All right. I've had enough hostility. Let's talk
move
about
on.
new stuff here, boys. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
We have a new reveal as we saw over the last week, right? We had Season of the Wish. So one of the biggest cutscenes I think we've had probably in the last couple of months is the was it the conclusion to this most recent season where our guardian saw on the wings of Savathun the 15th wish. This is something that dates back to Forsaken, and I believe there's been speculation that we're going to use that 15th wish of some sort, and that's how we're going to get into the Traveler when it comes to final shape. I'm not sure. That's just something that I saw. But what are your first thoughts? I mean, we saw the cover art of Riven coming out of the Traveler, and just a lot of different things happening behind and in front of it. Like, what are your first thoughts, Joe?
I don't know.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I mean, you know,
I hate this game.
like,
I actually haven't seen it yet. Okay.
like I don't know. As far as
Here,
this,
I can find a picture.
as far as this season compared to the other seasons that we've had, like, it's probably not going to be much different. Like, I remember whenever Bungie had announced episodes, the quote was, 'cause I got it pulled up right here. We've heard your feedback regarding the typical seasonal model, so let's try this on for size. And then they go on explaining about episodes and stuff. So it doesn't really seem to me like Season of the Wish is going to be a big season where it's like they took a lot of our feedback and acted on it. It seems to me like episodes are going to be that. And so, I mean, what do I think? I don't really care about the story anymore. I stopped caring a long time ago. So the story, I don't care about the story. I don't care about the 15th wish. I just want
Me neither, to be honest.
I don't care. Like, dude, this season came out when Forsaken came out, when people cared, then I would care. But I don't give a shit. It's been too long. I don't care about the 15th wish. Okay, it's stupid.
Let me
So the story, I just want the content to be good and the loot to be fun, like, to use. That's all I care about.
I want to just kind of show real quick for those that are viewing as well too. We just want to show a quick little Photoshop.
Damn, that's a really cool reveal.
No, just the cover art of what they tweeted and everything like that. So
the art
baby Riven.
I think it's just Riven, is it not? Like, it's just Riven coming out of the Traveler.
It's either Riven or an Ahamkara, because I think they all kind of look like that.
I think it's a baby Ahamkara.
But if you look at it here, the bitch is coming out of the Traveler. We're in the Last Wish raid. We're in like her altar where we slammed her heart after the raid. So I just thought that was something that not a lot of people really like showed as well too. So, and then you have us, I guess, looking like we're defending her. I don't know. Like, I don't think people really mentioned that as well too. Like, our guardians, like,
we're not even looking at her.
We just posted up like,
yeah,
it was good. Where we're Riven now. Like, she's the fucking bomb. Like I don't know. So I'm curious. There's Luke again. God damn it. I'm curious just like what happens now, because I've always really enjoyed the Forsaken, as you said. Like, this should have been like 15th Wish shouldn't have been 4 years old or however long now since Forsaken came out. Like, I've always been a fan of like the aesthetic of the Dreaming City. One of the best social spaces and just destinations in general in the video game. But also just the Riven story and the Forsaken story and what the Dreaming City is, its whole lore and stuff like that. That's got to be one of the most intriguing storylines to me. And I'm curious to see how it plays out, just the story itself, because I feel like Bungie is always has always been good at storytelling, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah,
and
it only usually takes them 6 or 7 weeks to tell a good story.
I know, but like the story in full culmination,
I
like
know,
I know it's like, yeah, this should have been fucking years ago, but like its story in itself, like all these different stories, each little storyline that we like jump onto each time. It sucks that we have to wait so long for the conclusion, but like the story in a full sense is always good. So I'm not like can't wait to play it, woo, but I'm also like, what happens?
I'm
It's like
interested in like the
waiting
end
for that
of
next
it.
episode to come out of The Walking Dead or something like that. Like, oh, someone just got shot in the head. Who was it? Like
Yeah,
shit like that. That's kind of where I'm at.
I'm definitely more interested in this one than I ever was the one leading into the Witch Queen, because I remember season of Lost or whatever, right? It was like Savathun is stuck in this crystal or whatever, and we're like exercising her. It's like we know she's gonna get out because there's a Witch Queen DLC coming up.
Right.
But
Right.
with this season, it's like I am curious. I'm like, how I'm not really interested too much of what's gonna happen on the front end of the season, but how is it gonna segue into the final shape is what I'm curious about. And I think it'll be even cooler than Seraph with the whole Rasputin thing and the Traveler going up and then surrounded by all these ships or whatever. I think it'll probably end up even being cooler than that. So I mean, seeing how it segues into the DLC, definitely probably the most interesting out of any of the DLCs we've gotten, or the final seasons. So that'll be cool. But yeah, like you were saying, and like we were saying earlier, to pull out the whole 15th wish thing like this deep into the story just out of nowhere is kind of annoying. It'd have been nice at like the peak of the mystery, like, oh man, what's the 15th wish? And then Bungie's like, bam, season that's all about it. But instead, we made you forget there was even a 15th wish, and then we
Yeah.
brought it here. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. The timing's weird. It's like a nostalgia thing. Like, ooh, you want to get into the game? 15th wish, buy the
I mean, they
season.
did the same thing with Cade as well too, with the final
Yep.
shape. Like people are
It's
like, oh, it's gonna be
nostalgia.
so good. Cade's coming back. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a
I love
lot
it
of
Yeah.
so much.
nostalgia.
He ain't coming back.
Now it's like Riven. Oh my god, last wish. Blah 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 blah. So and so. But
Yeah.
I feel like they are like. I mean, they that's what they do. Like they bring stuff back that we loved about the video game. They brought back Thousand Yard Stare, the Matador, all these different things. They brought back Taken King, Vaulted Glass, like all these things that are just so nostalgic and things that we've fallen in love with whenever the game was good and we played it non fucking stop. Like it's just I feel like that's the recipe that they're just cooking up every damn time now. Like, oh, what can we bring back now? What are you guys thinking?
You know for a fact they're keeping Wrath of the Machine in the vault for a really big rainy day. It's like,
Oh
oh
yeah,
damn, game's about to die. Boom, season's
February.
back,
I mean,
baby.
Crota came back at like the perfect time. People played the shit out of it. It
I
came
did.
back good though. Like that's the only thing that's kind of like, still sitting in the back of my mind. Like they did good with Crota. They made it better. They gave us what we wanted. They gave us the loot, all that stuff. So I'm curious, like, because we're getting a new dungeon with this season. Is that correct?
Yeah, I
Yep.
wonder where it's
Brand
gonna
new
be.
dungeon.
Like, I wonder if it's gonna be on the Dreaming City, because that'd be sweet.
You would think it is, right? Or maybe there's like maybe the Tangled Shore comes back. I don't know. We'll see. But I'd be curious. I mean, of course, new content is always cool. We always like, I feel like as a consumer of this video game, when we get new content, it is good. Like that's a plus. And then we get into it, it sucks. I'm like, oh, that sucked,
It
but
doesn't
like
usually suck. It's just like it's the same thing. Like, we're gonna play some 6-player activity and then some 3-player activity.
right,
We're gonna play
yeah.
it
We're gonna
until
get the
I get
loot
to
and then
see
we're
it,
gonna quit.
and then
Yeah.
I'm done. Like it's
Yeah, all of it's gonna be farmable. All of it's gonna be red borders. You get your red borders, get the fuck out.
It's because there's like nothing to do in like just in general, right? So like you always do the new thing, and then as soon as the new thing is up, it's not like, okay, let me go back to what I've been doing. It's like,
yeah,
Mhm.
there ain't
there's
a thing you've
nothing
been
else
doing.
to do once you do
Yeah.
the new thing. So I do the day one raid. I got the seal from Crota. That's the first time I've gotten a raid seal since Vault of Glass, because I don't really care about titles anymore. But I wanted to do it because the nostalgia. I loved Crota back in D1, even though it
Yeah.
sucked. So yeah, I did the day one. I ran Crota till I got all the stuff, and then I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done for the season. That's like Anything else that I do is just helping out other people or just hanging out with my community. And that's it, because that is the only new stuff that I could do. And even with time gates in place for me to get my loot, it still was just too short. It's just like, do the raid, I'm done. And that's how the dungeon's going to be. You're going to hop into the dungeon. We're going to grind it out. It'll be even faster for the dungeon probably, because that's actually farmable. Like, I know the weapons aren't craftable, but you can just run it back to back to back. So it'll
Yeah,
be the most
I usually
recent
do
one.
my dungeon seal within the first 2 weeks, and then I
Yeah.
never do the dungeon ever again.
Right. And you just do that. And then, I mean, what else are we doing? Logging on once a week for our dialogue to figure out what's going to happen in the final shape, and then logging
That's
off.
literally it.
And then, if final shape gets delayed, then we got 6 months of that. And so there's going to be like 3 months of just God knows what. And I guess I'll run a
The
strike or
April
something.
update. That's what we should get. Remember that?
April update was fire.
Yeah.
Spectar
Yeah, I do.
armor and stuff. Where you could like put, or
Taken
is it
armor.
chroma?
They'll call it the April update 2.0.
Yes, sir.
Get a new strike, baby. Let's
A
go.
new strike. Yeah,
Fuck
I
yeah.
don't know. This next season is scary. It's like we were talking
Well,
about.
and it's gonna possibly be fucking 6 months long.
Yeah.
Like we're
And
thinking
it's
about
not-
this is gonna be till whenever the hell, like almost summertime.
And that's
It's-
because it's leaked that there's like a leak from some like really good sources that the final shape's delayed to June or July or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I think it was June.
June.
Which
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember, DLCs used to drop September, and then it like got pushed back to November, then it got pushed back to December, then it got pushed back to February. I feel like every DLC that we've had in the most recent years has gotten delayed.
Yeah, this is I'm pretty sure that the final shape is the 4th out of 5 DLCs that have got delayed in a row. I think the one that wasn't delayed was Beyond Light. I'm pretty sure like Shadowkeep was delayed, Beyond Light came out on time, Witch Queen was delayed, Lightfall was delayed. So it was like,
Because Beyond Light was like November, wasn't it? Like that was normal time for it to come out.
Yeah, if I recall correctly. I just know that pretty much almost all of the
November
most
10th.
recent DLCs have been delayed. And so yeah, man, it's like, dude, it's not like this is Season of Arrivals where some content's going away, so I'm incentivized to play it. It's not like Season of the Lost where it's like, oh, we get the 30th anniversary event. There's a shit ton of free content, and then there's some paid content with the new dungeon. It's like,
and they brought back a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, and so this time, it's like, I don't know. This time, it's like
This is one where you're not patient, like Arrivals.
Yeah,
you're
I'm
like,
not.
oh, there's some good shit that's coming, boys. This is a good season. Now we're like, fuck, dude, we got 6 goddamn months of this shit.
It's like we're at the end of our road with Bungie, because it's like, after Witch Queen came out, right? Like I can't remember if Lightfall was delayed or if it wasn't, but like let's say if it was, or they said it was going to be, it's like, okay, understandable. Witch Queen was great. You guys take your time. Witch Queen was awesome. We enjoyed that. No, we're coming off of a dog shit expansion, and we want something better. Lightfall was bad, did not meet expectations at all. Strand was cool. But aside from that, it's like, dude, get us out of this era of the game. We want something, like Witch Queen level or better. And so it's hard to be more understanding because we just paid. Fun fact, Lightfall is the most expensive DLC ever, $50, because you get the expansion and they force you to buy a season with it. So it's $50, the most expensive expansion they've ever sold, and it was received horribly. And so now we're just like, dude, we don't really have any patience anymore. It's like the last thing you guys put out was bad.
And
we just want
the
something
season
good.
pass was more expensive as well too.
Yeah, they increased season pass prices.
Yeah, but they didn't increase our vaults.
Hey, we can access vaults from
Delete
Orbit
your shit,
in next
boy.
season.
Come on. You don't need that much vault space.
Yes, you do.
No, you
To
don't.
be fair,
shut
I mean
up.
the game.
You ever played a game where you ever thought about playing a game where everyone plays it like a specific way, not just like the way you play it?
We ain't gonna use half that shit, bro.
Yeah, but see, it's a looter shooter though. You should be incentivized to be a pack rat.
I like to save all the stuff I got. I paid for it. So I don't want to just delete it.
One of the things I hope that they do, if this game is going to have a future, as a big if, because I don't have any faith, but if this game is going to have a future, they need to drop the old gen consoles, dude. It's pissing me off. Get rid of the old gen Xbox. Get rid of the old gen PlayStation. Like, stop developing for those platforms. You want to cut back and you want to save money, stop putting resources into those. They're like over a decade old now. Like if anyone cares about video games whatsoever, they already have a newer console. Please just get rid of them.
Wait, does this stuff still come out on PS4?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, it
funny.
does.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It still comes out on PS4 and Xbox One. It's like, dude.
Also, the servers still being up for Destiny 1. I hate to say it, but like, why are we still doing that? Why is
like,
Destiny 1 still a thing?
Probably because people paid for it. It's like a legal thing, probably. You can just delete their game.
I mean, that's the thing that's scary about modern gaming, no? You got all these games that come out that are always online. It's like, oh, we're shutting the servers down. Fuck you. Can't play it anymore. Whereas like now I can get up, go. I still have my original PlayStation 2. I can plug that John in, play some San Andreas if I want to.
Bro.
Like, you can't do that in modern gaming. Yeah. I mean, look, bro, like you can't do that shit anymore. There are like games that have single player that require you to be connected online to play the single player.
Yeah.
Like modern gaming is so fucked up where what you pay for, you don't get to keep it. You are at the mercy of the company running it. And that's definitely with Destiny, you kind of know what you're signing up for because I mean, it is an online game. But like even other games, dude, it's crazy to think about. You can't just plug in a console and play. You got to go through like 3 hours of updating. You got to get internet. You got to do this,
Got to install that bitch for 4 hours before you can play it. And
your day one update,
I've noticed it with I have an ROG Ally, which is like a portable PC. It's right here. It's like a...
Bro's just flexing on us now.
I know, right?
It's like, here's my PS2. Here's my Ally.
Well, I use this I've game on this more than my PC because I like chill on the couch and stuff with my wife and play it. But when I'm flying with it, all my games are like cloud saves. So when there's no Wi-Fi on the plane, I can't play literally any of the games because it won't load up from the save. Rockstar has to freaking log into their server to let you play the game. So I can't play any of my Rockstar games on this if there's no internet. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the modern era of gaming, but I mean, I like the games. I just don't like the technology behind it, I guess.
It's crazy that like we've gotten to the point now where we praise companies and games for doing the bare minimum. It's like, oh, thank you so much for letting my single player not be always online. Like there's a game I like. It's called a Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I don't know if you guys remember when that game came out.
Yeah, I wanted to play it.
Slaughtered when it first came out because people hated it so much.
That's the one where you can lay in the mud and get yourself all muddy.
Yeah, and you can cover yourself up to hide from the enemies and stuff. It's a damn good game nowadays. I have 68 hours in it. I love that game. It's very fun. But if my internet was ever cut off, I cannot play single player on that game. So that means that one of these days, like 10 years down the line, I'm like, you know what, dude, I want to play some Breakpoint. Servers might not even be on anymore, and I can't play the single player. It's so fucked up the direction that games have gone in, man. It's oh man,
that's why The Last of Us is the greatest game ever made.
Did you see that they're remaking that before they remake Bloodborne? I want Bloodborne, so that's my favorite Souls game.
I am hyped that it's only $10 if you bought it on PS4. Like I'm gonna upgrade it on my PS5.
Did you see that they're coming out with like a roguelike survival mode?
Yeah,
I want to play it now. In Last of Us, yeah, because The Last of Us, I know a lot of people give it shit, like, oh, this is just like a movie video game. I've always thought The Last of Us had awesome gameplay. Like I thought it was just really cool. The gore,
fantastic. It's the best video game ever made.
In the combat and stuff, I always thought that was such a good strong point of it. And so that they're making like the side mode where you can this roguelike survival. Dude, I wanted to be on PC, and I've never played The Last of Us Part 2. I played the original on PS3. Never played Part 2, but if that comes to PC, I'll
be careful
buy it.
Here, brother.
Part 2 is not that fun. I mean,
I heard that the story was ass.
They force you to play as old Boulder Shoulders half the game, and it's like,
dude,
I heard that, but see, that's why I want to play the roguelike, though.
Good, bro.
Because I heard the story was bad, but if I could just play a mode where I can just kill people,
they force you to play as a character you don't care about for half the game, and she's not relatable
about why you're playing.
Are you talking about Abby?
But she's not relatable at all for me specifically. So I'm like, why not play as a stupid character? Yeah, Abby. I want to play as
buff girl.
Yeah, I call her boulder shoulders. It doesn't mean I think that buff girls are weird. It was just funny because she was strong.
I mean, bro, in the apocalypse, you gotta get ripped, I guess.
I don't
All
know why
women
she was
should
so
be
ripped.
feminine and weak and skinny.
Well, Ellie was
No, she was. Yeah,
like
I mean,
very skinny.
this
I
is
just
what
wanted
She
to
she
play
used
as
that
said,
to her
Ellie.
but I love
advantage,
talking
being
about
so
it.
shifty.
I wanted to play as Ellie. Like you're like getting into the deepest part of like this fun stuff with Ellie, and then they freaking put you right in
There's
Abby's,
a reason, Luke.
and they make you
There's a
play as Abby
reason.
forever. And then I'm like, I can't do this. This is so not fun. And then I had to go back. And then I finally got back to Ellie.
Be careful
The
playing on stream though,
intimidation.
because they
She doesn't. I'm
there's
not
a
intimidated by Abby. I just didn't like her as a character. I'm not intimidated by video game characters. They're literally fake.
I don't know, bro. Them shoulders might.
Didn't they do
fuck you up.
mocap for it though? So technically, they are real.
It's
They had, like,
fantastic, bro.
whole-ass
Don't let this man
actors and
sway
shit.
you. It's
The
a
game's
damn good game.
It's a
You'll
good
enjoy
story. I just
You'll enjoy
really,
it.
really, really, really did not like the story the way that I
Wow.
liked the first story. I
Right.
just
The
wasn't
first
impacted.
game
No,
was so good, dude.
It is. I literally, I let my little brother, whenever I was like laid up from my injury way back in the beginning of the year, I let my little brother play through it, and I just watched him, and it was so good.
Yeah.
But anyways, we could talk about that all day.
The Last of Us Nerds podcast.
Yes.
Yeah,
God bless.
I love The Last of Us. It's such a good.
It
It's
is.
such a good
It is.
world.
I want to get into something a little bit more controversial, and that is obviously ranking stuff. We love to do that shit here. We love to absolutely give you our opinion on what is the best shit in the game. And this week, we're not guessing ranks. We're making our own biatch. And that is, we're giving our top 5 best Destiny 2 seasons. I'll let you guys go first. Give us your start with number 5 and go up from there. And then we will we'll go to the next person. So, Mr. Joe, since you are our guest, please start us off, and please, of course, give us your reasoning for each one as well too.
Or how much is to remember 5 seasons?
Yeah, I'm pulling
pull
up
'em
like a tier list right now, so I
Pull 'em
can
up,
see.
baby.
So I can see.
I have
'em.
them all. I have them all listed right now.
I'll pull them up on my phone.
Oh, man, I don't know.
I'll go first. I mean, this is gonna take some time. Like we're gonna. I mean, if you just want to give us like your best and then go down from there, I feel like that'd be a lot easier than giving your top 5.
Okay,
that would
okay,
definitely require
I
a lot
could
of
do
thought,
best.
so.
I could do best.
Okay. Give
All
us
right.
from one to. We can do 3 as well too if you guys really truly think this is gonna be difficult.
Are we counting Activision level seasons? Because those are completely different from the Bungie.
We're going season 1,
Season
Red
1 is
War,
Red
season
War.
2, Curse of Osiris, season 3, Warmind, season 4 of the Outlaw. Like we're going back to the days, baby.
All right. So I'd say that my favorite, because I wasn't even there for the nostalgia. So this is like outside looking in because I came back after this had already released. So
okay,
I would probably say Opulence is number 1 with the Menagerie and Crown of Sorrow, all that kind of stuff. Opulence was fire. Number 2 probably be the Warmind expansion. I feel like a lot of people.
I'm with you.
I feel like a lot of people don't talk about
season.
It's amazing.
Warmind.
Shut up,
like
Maddox.
they don't.
It's amazing.
I feel like people don't talk enough about how good Warmind was.
That's not that high though. Okay, continue.
I feel like that. I don't know because Warmind it had the Whisper mission, right? It had the Whisper mission, and it had Mars. And it's, I mean, Mars in and of itself.
It was a cool story too.
It was a cool story. Like, granted, the Hive God thing.
That's when all the Seraph weapons came out. Escalation Protocol.
So, like, yeah, exactly. I feel like a lot of people don't talk enough about Warmind. So I think Opulence, Warmind, pretty good.
Okay.
Number 3 would probably be and this is probably purely from like a nostalgia standpoint, probably not even objectivity. I'm not even going from an objectivity standpoint, just how much I enjoyed it. I'd probably say Season of the Splicer.
I knew that was coming. I know you've always had high praise for that.
I love the biggest thing about Season of the Splicer for me was the art direction. Had the synth wave kind of, cyberpunky look to it. The music was cool.
That came out in Beyond Light. Okay.
Yep. And it was like the story. I don't care about Destiny stories, but the story was so good. It was like the political landscape of humanity trying to partner with the Elixni and people in the city pushing back and like, no, we don't want these, they've killed our people. We don't want them in our city, yada, yada. So the story was cool. Vault of Glass came back as the first time we got some nostalgia bait. I enjoyed it. Expunge was a really cool activity because you could speed run it. It had really good rewards. The loot in general was good. Love Season of Splicer, one of the greatest things ever. And that's whenever my YouTube channel started doing well. So that's a bonus. Number 4, probably Season of the Forge, Black Armory.
Yes, that was in my top 5 without a doubt.
I don't care what anybody says. I like the Forge activity. I know it's kind of repetitive, but just like yeeting those balls from far away into the Forge was, yeah, exactly. You just hop in, get your, craft your weapon via the Forge, hop out. I thought it was really cool. We got Always on Time with the raid that came out. And I just thought the whole
only kill clip rampage hand cannon to ever exist.
The loot was insane.
In my
in the exotics, all that kind of stuff. So Forge was fantastic, even though people will say that Forges are repetitive. And then number 5, people say
real quick. Your boy Austin in chat says exotics. Some of the best exotics that have come.
Oh yeah,
with any season.
Exactly.
Like truthfully.
Yeah.
As much as I hate Le Monarch, it's like it's just such a unique exotic. Mm-hmm. So.
And number 5, which some people have called overrated, I personally absolutely adored it, is actually Season of the Seraph. And that was the one where we had gotten the bunker battlegrounds or whatever they were called. I thought that was a pretty nice spin on it. I thought the story was cool. It's also whenever we got that that exotic mission where we went into that space station that was kind of like DSC, and we went out into space, and the Fallen like put us in a jail cell, and then we escaped, and it was like all this cool shit that was going on.
She was hard as frick too whenever it came out.
And then the Iclos SMG came back, and it had Volt Shot on it, and like I liked a lot of the weapons from that. I thought Seraph was cool. I thought Seraph was pretty cool. I did not give a shit about the story though. Rasputin and what was going on with Anna Bray, or I didn't give a fuck. Rasputin died when, like, I don't care. Like,
nobody cares.
No one cares.
Yeah.
So, but I thought the season, I like the theme of it. I like the content. The loot was cool. Season of Seraph is my 5th one.
Okay. All right. Now run down real quick. So you had
Opulence, Warmind, Splicer, Forge, Seraph.
Okay. Solid list. Mr. Luke, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Okay.
All right, number 1. You guys are gonna think it's so stupid. Season of the Dawn was one of my favorite.
I never got to play it. But I saw a lot of cool stuff about it.
That's
when Saint 14 came into the mix.
Yeah,
and that was that puzzle, right?
And
that
you
big community
you
puzzle
played,
that happened.
And it had the what was the event?
The Corridors of Time, right?
That, and then it had.
I don't remember what it was called.
The Atlas? No, the Sundial. The Sundial.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
that shit was goated.
I never got to play that season, dude. I really wish I could have.
The story, so like, you usually don't care about the story. This was one of the times they did a good job, because you would they had you going into the Infinite Forest, and then it would have you were going back in time, fighting with Saint 14, because he was stuck back in time in the Infinite Forest. So you would be in this golden age battle or whatever.
Yeah.
And you have him talking who are you? Where did you come from? And then they get him out, and that's how he got introduced.
That was before seasons stuck around. Because remember, when a season ended, it ended. You couldn't play the content again. It was later that they made it where you can play the seasonal content from every season for the year. So you could go back and visit Splicer. You could go back and visit this. But when Dawn was over, it was oh, well, tough shit. It's gone. You can, you have to play Season of Worthy or whatever now.
The loot was good too, bro. That was some pretty unique shit too. I liked the loot from Season of the Dawn. That was
Steel Feather, Repeater, and Trophy Hunter, all that cool stuff.
Yeah, good choice. That's number 1 in your mind. Okay, all right.
And then just because it sticks out to me as a time that I really remember loving Destiny. And then next would be Season of Opulence, because I think I spent 22 hours in
you did
whatever it was called.
Your first ever 24-hour stream, and you spent 90% of it in Menagerie.
I was just doing that was the season I decided to start doing seals, I think. So I went in on some Menagerie because I was trying to finish it. There's just cool weapons, and you all know why Opulence is good. Number 3, it would be Warmind, because I loved Warmind. I thought it was so fun. It was the first time I felt like I was playing in the same universe as Destiny 1 in Destiny 2. I don't know why. Curse of Cyrus was awful. Red War was awful. And then Warmind finally was starting to pick up. They're starting to add stuff. I know you don't agree, but I loved Warmind. I thought it was awesome.
No, Warmind was fire. Awesome. That's valid.
It was.
Yeah. And then I had my trench barrel, whatever shotgun. What
Yes.
I
I shotgun. Yeah, that was goated.
That was OP. And then is that 3?
Yeah, that's 3.
Number 4 will probably be Season of the Arrivals.
Yeah,
because it was forever long and I had so much time to get all my crap. I got caught up on a bunch of stuff during that season.
same. That's when I came back to the game. So like, if I were judging it from that point of view, Arrivals would probably be up there. But like from just like what it had introduced, it had like a public event, seasonal activity, and prophecy. The story was cool though. The story for
Yeah.
Arrivals. I don't know if you guys remember, but that was like the first time it started introducing us to the darkness again.
Yeah,
And
they were
pyramid
coming in
ships
and
and stuff.
just like screwing with
Yeah,
each planet.
that was really cool. And the event was cool too.
The event was cool. And at the end of it, I'm like, you like think everything's like, it's like, oh, is this it? What the heck just happened? Like everything went white. And then number 5, man, what's my 5th favorite? This is tough because I just don't really like seasons that much.
Bro, y'all are really not putting one of the most goated seasons in here, bro.
Which one? Like,
I'm
curious to see what Matt
I'll
is
let you know in a
about.
second.
I just don't remember half of these seasons, if I'm being honest. Like, it's been so long since I've done some of these. We'll do Season of the Forge because I loved Forges. I loved weapons. I loved Izzy. Like that was a lot of good stuff happened during that.
Yeah.
So that's my 5.
All right, let's hear the objective fact opinions here.
Yeah, let's hear what this guy over here thinks.
So,
we're missing out.
I think I think we're all in agreement when we think that Opulence is definitely top 2, but it's not 2 in my mind. It is number 1. Opulence is one of the best seasons to ever come about of this video game.
Yes, sir.
It had the best loot, it had the best grind, it had the best
Side
event.
note,
it had a great raid.
If episodes can be anything like the Activision seasons, I'd say we're in good hands. Yeah. But I highly doubt it.
Yeah. It's not overrated. Opulence best season without a doubt.
You're wrong. I'm right.
So,
you know.
Here's the one that you guys nobody said so far. And it is Season of the Worthy. Whenever Trials of Osiris came back, I played the living shit out of that. And that was the one time where I just uncontrolled fun, where I just didn't stop playing. It was so good.
All old loot and cheaters, bro.
It was still Trials of Osiris, one of my favorite things in this game.
I knew it would be some fuck shit that was gonna come out of your mouth. Of course, it's worthy, dude.
You cannot tell me that you didn't enjoy it because I know damn well.
I did it
the first weekend.
No, I'm talking to Luke.
It was fun the first weekend, and then the second weekend was like Widow's Court or some garbage.
I loved it. I played it every weekend. It was great. Season the Worthy is underrated. My 3rd is Red War, the OG.
What is wrong with you?
Bro. Like, you gotta put respect on the name, bro. I played it because it was Destiny 2. Came back. You had that OG grind of getting from absolutely nothing to being back on top of the world.
The OG grind was public events for exotics. What are you waffling about?
The power grind is the most underrated thing that people miss in this game. And
I do not miss it.
Yes, you do.
No,
yes, you do.
I like
when the game does not require you to become stronger, it becomes stale. That's why a lot of people have stopped. Okay, and the Red War, fantastic.
It was super fun in the Red War,
but it improved.
A bunch of weapons
it was
that were not random rolled.
Yeah,
that was good.
That's true. But it was OG Destiny 2. Okay, all right, and then Season of the Forge, Black Armory. I mean, it literally like armor. You think of an armor, you think of weapons, and it had a great set of weapons that everybody loved, and also underrated raid, by the way. It was I can't remember the damn name of it.
Scourge
of the Past. Underrated raid.
So underrated. Can't even remember it.
It wasn't Scourge. It was
Scourge of the Past.
Yes, it was.
In Red War.
No, he's talking about Forge.
Forge.
We're in Forge. Sorry.
We're not talking about Levy.
My bad. I'm still thinking about you saying Red War.
No, Scourge was an underrated raid. I feel like it was pretty cool because it was easier. It was like kind of like a beginner version of a raid, but it had a fucking sparrow portion where you're getting chased by a burning servitor. There's nothing like that in any other raid. I love that. Okay.
And you started in like this wide open cityscape.
Yes,
too.
and you're just like,
The
figure
setting
out
was
what you gotta
good.
do. Where you
setting
gotta
was
go
really
next,
good.
boys? You don't even fucking know. What do you have to do?
Yeah.
There's there's berserkers that have never been anywhere else in this video game, by the way.
Yeah.
So like, just think about that.
It's
And
'cause we
then
killed
this
him
one,
in the raid.
I might get pointed and laughed at, but Season of the Haunted, I really enjoyed myself.
Dog, you had 2 good opinions in this whole. Oh my god.
Season of the Haunted, because I love Solar 3.0. And the whole the whole bringing back the menagerie weapons just really sat right with me, and unfortunately it was a terrible grind, but I liked Season of the Haunted, one of the better 3.0 seasons in my opinion that we had. And I personally enjoyed the name of the thing that we did to go get Zavala and find his ghost wife and stuff like that, so that was pretty cool.
That was not fun at all.
Yeah. I'm in W, bro. I'm out here getting W's left and right. I will say a honorable mention. There was one that I was kind of going back and forth on. It was definitely a Rivals. But there was one and I think the other one was Warmind. I enjoyed both of them. So those are like right on the edge, but to be a little quirky and different, I went with those because I personally enjoyed them. So
Quirky, just a little quirky and
it's a little quirky. There's a guy on TikTok. He's so funny. He's like, it's a little quirky. Just me and being a little quirky. So
sounds like you, bro.
Funny, bro. Oh my god. But yeah, so that's my 5. So TikTok, if you're watching this, get the fuck over it because I'm always right. No, I'm kidding.
Not.
Oh man.
Oh goodness, Bagel's gonna have fun editing that one. I like it. I'll put some funny fucking memes on that shit. So, all right, Mr. Joe, we gave you all this time to think of our last talking point here. We'll kind of blow through this pretty quickly. Give our quick synopsis of one. Come up with a hot take of the week. We usually let our guests do it. So if you have anything personally, hopefully like related on kind of stuff that we've talked about, but also if it's kind of out of left field, that's fine too. So, or if me or Luke have kind of come up with anything, or maybe even if our live chat here on Twitch and YouTube has thought of something, they're welcome to kind of butt in as well.
So you want a hot take topic?
Yeah, or just like a statement and like
something that we can argue about.
Yeah.
Well, Maddox has already got me beat on any hot take I could come up with, bro. His top 5 was ass. Like he had 2 good seasons out of 5. How do you do that?
Hey, it's my top 5, okay? Not Demon Joe's top 5, okay?
I don't think any hot take I could muster up is gonna beat those. Like I mean, I don't
Hey, I
know.
could have said Plunder, but I didn't. All right.
You said Haunted.
Yeah, because Haunted's better.
I think Haunted is worse because Plunder had a raid. I'll take the raid over anything. But I'm a PvE guy, so I don't know. Actually, that is my hot take. Season of Plunder is overhated. That is genuinely, I believe
That's the worst season I ever played.
Bro, that shit was ass,
no. I
bro.
genuinely believe that.
They brought
Season
pirates
of Plunder
to a space game, dog. The fuck?
Bro, they've had medieval knights in a space game since day one. I don't want to hear it.
Awful.
Listen, that is my hot take though, because Plunder, I love Plunder. It had Arc 3.0. I fuck with Arc 3.0.
Arc 3.0 is gas.
King's Fall was fucking gas. I don't care what anybody says. I loved King's Fall. The Oryx remake was really good. And Catch Crash as an activity was good. Now they did have the expeditions, which was like
it was awful.
No. Catch Crash was fire.
No, it's not, bro.
You're mad.
It's like literally, hey, mom, can we play Menagerie? No, we have Menagerie at home.
Listen,
bro. What you mean?
That is true. It is very similar to Menagerie.
Awful.
Nah. Plunder, my beloved. I don't care what anybody says. Haunted is my worst season ever. Plunder is better though. That's my hot take.
Okay.
Put me on TikTok.
So would you
all right, now do a cancelable take something that can cancel you hot take.
I don't like Nimbus.
Either
they already tried to cancel me over that one, but
Nimbus is an awful character.
Who tried to cancel you?
You don't remember? You never saw that?
No.
Oh my gosh, dude, there was this whole thing of people calling me transphobic and homophobic. Y'all didn't see that?
No. I would have backed you up if I saw that.
No, how dare you not like a video game character, bro?
I called the Festival of the Lost Nimbus mask scary because it looked uncanny. It was just like his
Oh, so
eyes.
this was recent. I thought it was meant like whenever Lightfall came out.
No, the character's eyes were just like open and the face looked weird. And I was like, damn, Bungie really upped their scare factor this season. That Nimbus mask is terrifying. And then I had people coming after me. They were like, dude, you're bigoted, transphobic, homophobic. I'm like, where are you getting this from? Yeah.
Is Nimbus gay?
It's a non-binary character.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
And because I had said that they look weird, the mask, I wasn't even talking about Nimbus. I was talking about the mask.
The mask.
I said the mask was scary. And bro, that's like, you don't even take into consideration. I don't know if you guys have seen the Drifter mask or the Anna Bray mask, but any humanoid Festival of the Lost mask looks weird as fuck. Like it's really
like
strange.
paper mache, and it's like
it
the
looks like you're
edges
the
and stuff. Like
Texas
their cheeks
Chainsaw
are like
Massacre.
pointed and shit.
Right. And so
faces off.
I called the Nimbus mask scary, and there was this whole thing. It went like throughout the entire community. Nimbus was trending on Twitter. People were telling me to off myself. And I took a break from Twitter. I was like, dude, I can't do this. I didn't tweet for like a week. I was like, okay, I'm taking a break. I'm tired of seeing all this.
All right, bro. I can't believe I missed that. I would have.
Yeah, I can't believe that had to have been recently where I just just didn't give a shit about Twitter and like
that was
a
wild time. That was a wild time.
All right, hear me out though. Hear me out. I'm gonna redeem myself here. Okay, you ready for this? Are you ready? I'm gonna redeem myself.
Ain't redeeming shit.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Hey, this might be. This is my hot take, or this might just be a warm. It might be a cold, ice cold take. I don't even know. But Festival of Lost worst event when it comes to Halloween event, or when it comes to like timing seasonal events and stuff like that, like Dawning and Crimson Days, whenever it was a thing. Festival Lost, bottom tier, like F tier.
It was good the first season in Destiny.
It was,
1.
and it
like
has just like Infinite Forest whenever it first came out. That was sick. Don't get me wrong, but now Festival Lost this past time was the worst, and is now the worst seasonal event that is in this video game. Like
I'd say I dislike Guardian games more, but Festival of Lost still down there. I mean, they're all pretty.
I like Guardian
games
because it's a competition, but like what are you doing in Festival of Lost? Like truly, what are you doing? You're collecting candies and doing bullshit. Like you're not doing anything.
I liked the memento. That was it. Because then you're just running around.
Memento was fire. That is one of the coolest additions recently.
But here's the thing.
Cool.
One
thing
that
I didn't fucking get it. So
one thing that needs to be understood though is that probably all the other events are also going to get a memento now. So it's not even going to be like a Festival of the Lost only thing. Yeah. So it's going to be even less special.
You would think like now Dawning's going to get like a cool little like snowball effect or something like that on their weapons. That'd be sick.
So I don't know. Yeah, Festival of Lost. I mean, they didn't even introduce any new Lost sectors. So you're running the exact same content again. But they did add like a harder difficulty. But then again, you're still in a Lost sector.
Who wants to do that shit, bro? We've been doing that shit for 8 years, running the same shit over and over again. But no, that's if we're gonna talk about hot takes here, that's mine. And I hope I redeem myself a little bit. But Haunted is top 5 seasons in Destiny 2.
That's okay.
Oh my god.
My hot take is that every season sucked.
Damn.
It's kind of mean.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck? Why did you just down the
mean every
I'm just kidding. I just wanted to say something. I was
about to say, bro, what the hell? My man out here just going, you know what? My hot take is I actually fucking hate this video game.
I don't like seasons, to be honest. Like I really hate them. Like I don't like to play them.
You can open up a can of worms real quick. Be careful.
I'm not going
we can talk about that.
You, but I don't like seasons.
Luke is like every person that has ever worked on a season deserved to get fired. I hate them all.
I hope it's them that got laid off, bro.
Nah, I like the people, but I'm probably not the demographic for seasons because I don't like seasons in any game. So
I mean that's valid.
Well, it's so abundant now. Like every game has a season pass now. Yeah,
the Fortnite effect is insane.
Fortnite was the first one to do it, and you want to spend your time to get your loot and stuff. But yeah, I'm not. I mean, is it cool? Yeah. Is my time feel rewarded? Sure, but it is kind of weird. But
I did buy the
be
battle pass for Modern Warfare 3. I've never done that before.
Really?
For the
bro sitting there talking shit about season passes.
Yeah,
by the way,
and then he bought
$70 video game.
My man's out here, I hate this shit, but I just spent money.
I just spent $70 on COD. I'm spending more money on a battle pass. Like, bro,
I gotta spend my money on something.
You got to spend it on more season pass upgrades, bro.
Yeah, just buy the new season whenever Destiny.
Buy some more silver, like. Do what you got to do.
Yeah,
I love buying
you need all
silver.
you need all those cosmetics. Wait,
I've
how
never.
much silver was that? So you had to buy
I bought
what?
20 levels. It was $20.
So
It's
it's
$1 a level.
2,000. Oh my fucking god, dude.
That's crazy. When you could run like one seasonal challenge and get like 3.
I know I could have. I've done it every season of ever. I just don't want to turn it on because I'm playing. Well, I don't have time
You
to
should have
play.
gave me $20 and I would have done it for you.
No, then I'll get banned.
Even better.
Actually, even better, bro.
Dude, you're free.
I always joke about
the
that.
The chains
Bro,
are gone.
If I turn that game on, it says I'm banned. Finally, I'm done.
I can sell my computer now.
I'm going back to PlayStation. I'll see you guys later.
Oh my god, dude, that shit is hilarious. Holy shit, that's the best thing ever, dude. The best day about Destiny 2 would be the day that I get banned.
You know I joke about that all the time, bro. Like,
oh my god,
if I don't have to do
dude.
another seal, then I'm balling.
That's true.
Like I was saying earlier, I gave up on seals forever ago.
That's the only thing I play the game for is I have all of them, so I'm like, I just got to keep doing it.
One of the things I've been asking for them to do forever, which they would never do, but like, you guys remember in Destiny 1, when if you like ran the weekly nightfall, you would get like these blue flames around your head as like this armor effect. I kind of wish that they would like assign armor effects to the seals. So like if you had the flawless seal, you could have permanent glow and you could choose.
That's
what
where the glow should
wanted.
come from. Yes,
Right.
and you should be able to toggle red, blue, gold, or something like that. Yeah.
Let's say you had like the Gambit seal on, you would have like this holographic green snakes kind of flowing around your head or something.
It'd be amazing. It'd make all the time worth it even more than a
like
title.
Because in Halo, I remember Halo Reach had come out and they had armor effects, and there's this one called Inclement Weather, and it's like this thunderstorm that's like going around your body and lightning is striking and stuff. I was like, as a kid, I thought that was the coolest shit I've ever seen. And it's like,
I mean, you go back to Trials of Osiris with all like the animal armor and stuff like that. If you got the memento or what they called ornaments back then, it would like have this holographic look and like kind of flow along and stuff. You'd have a cat and stuff.
Right. And so seeing some stuff like that via the seals, because I mean they're all the same. You either get an orange one because you guilded it, or you just get some other purple letters.
And your number just goes up every season.
Yeah, like seals haven't been engaging since they came out.
Nah, and I freaking gilded the unbroken one for 6 seasons straight, and then they turned it off, and now there's no 6 next to mine. Remember, like now if you gild something and then you don't gild it next season, it'll still have the number next to it. Unbroken just doesn't have a number. I'm like, I just wasted 6 seasons gilding this, and now it doesn't show anything.
Yeah,
but that shit's a waste, bro. I am never wasting my time getting a seal.
The only one I gild is Conqueror, and that's because I do all the GMs every season, anyways. I especially
by doing the GMs,
right? Especially when like new strikes come out, because running like the GM version of a strike is like completely new content because you run it differently. Because of the way that the spawns are and with champions and whatever, it's like a whole different strategy rotating around the boss room. So I enjoy that, but it's very short lived whenever those come out because then you just get boring really quick because they get so easy.
Awesome.
Oh,
well, that does it, boys. We did it.
That's it. That's a
episode.
Good...
That was a fun episode. Episode 40.
I think that was the most unhinged episode we've had.
Yeah, that was good fun.
Like in a good way. Like where we felt like we could just
we like Destiny. Like we wouldn't do this if we didn't like it.
If you guys were wondering.
In case you guys are wondering.
We do like the game.
I would be happy if I got banned, but we do like Destiny. Like bro was literally celebrating and it hadn't even happened. He was so happy about it.
Bro, I was planning my life after that shit right then and there.
Been banned.
He was thinking of all the things he's gonna do after the ban.
Oh my god.
It's like graduating college, bro. Getting banned from Destiny 2. The future.
The world opens up.
Oh my god, bro. The day that happens. Oh.
But all right, Joe, tell us where we can find you. What's going on? You got any good projects coming up that you can share with us?
Well, on the subject of Destiny, I have a video of everything that we know, or at least the important bits of next season. That'll be my last video for the season. And that comes out this week at youtube.com/@DemonJoe. And aside from that, not really much of anything. I've been doing some second channel content, but I'm kind of keeping that a little hush. So,
what's your second channel? You have a second channel?
No, I don't. Did I say that? No.
Oh.
No, I don't have a second channel. Yeah, I do. No, I don't.
Oh.
No, but Destiny content. I had Demon Joe, Destiny podcast, talk about Destiny. So my Last of Us channel.
Yeah,
I mean,
as we had a whole segment about The Last of
yeah.
Us.
His Last of Us channel. The
Yeah,
Last of
that,
Us TV show.
I
Oh my
low
gosh.
key though, I am doing second channel stuff, but I want it to be like organic growth. I'm not shouting it out on any of my on my Twitter and my Discord. I'm not even mentioning that
You're
I'm
just
doing it. I'm just doing it. Yeah,
That's a cool little project though, because there's been a few people that we've spoken to that have started branching out into other things and had some success. So good luck to you, brother.
I'd rather have that on another channel than try to do it on my main until I know for sure Bungie is genuinely blowing their leg off with a shotgun. So I'm just kind of, it's like a little side project thing. So
that's awesome, dude. Well, of course, we wish you the best of luck. We wouldn't have you on here if we didn't love you and love what you did. So
this was fun. It was fun hanging out and chilling and talking about the game.
I mean, you had your boys hanging out with us as well too. We as
this chat has been funny tonight, bro.
Yeah,
there was
if you're listening, we literally
my
have
mom
just like
was
a live
in chat. I don't even know if you guys saw that.
Is
no, I
33
didn't.
Me your mom?
My mom, yeah, my mom was making fun of Any for having no bitches. He was like colder than my ex-girlfriend's heart. My mom was like, "You caught a girlfriend," with a bunch of laughing emojis.
That is hilarious, bro. So,
bro, I saw one earlier that had me shook. I was so happy. It said like, "Boys, I just sat my balls." Like,
that was Foopster. I remember seeing the name.
I almost stopped it, and just read it, which we don't usually do. But I was like,
"Wait, we can pull it up on here. Hang on, we have to do that
funny.
now. I gotta find it,
bro. Had a
how far up was that?
I don't know. I'm also trying to find it. Where is it?
Where's Foopster at, bro?
Well, that's funny. That was.
It's a 2142. He said, "I sat in my chair and squished my balls on accident." Shit.
It's the worst when that happens. Make your stomach hurt and everything.
There it is. That's fire, dude.
That is hilarious, bro. I love
just
that.
One chat of the night.
Very engaging chat room.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you made it to the end and you're listening or you're watching, we want to thank you for being here. I know it's been a while since we've spoken, and if you guys are listening to us on Spotify, we do this every other Sunday night, 9 p.m. EST. We do have actually to catch up and to hopefully get some more content out for you guys. We are going to be live next week. We have the one and only G Miners coming on to us. Wait, coming on to us. Wait a second. He'll be joining us for a talk about the new season and everything that we're kind of expecting. Hopefully for some new content coming in hot. So anyways, Joe, thank you for joining us. And just keep doing what you're doing, brother, because you're one of the realest out. I've told you that plenty of times.
You are.
And
I appreciate it, cuties.
Thanks for always being yourself, brother, because that's what this community needs, in my opinion. So
yeah, more Joes.
More Demon Joes, more bigots. I'm
after this episode, I'm gonna have to pull those tweets up, dude. You will not believe it. You won't believe it.
Oh my God.
I believe it, bro. You're not allowed to have an opinion. Even if it's wrong.
I had all of because my friend group is. I'd probably say my friend group's probably 50% LGBTQ members, and I had like all of them swinging for me. And I had like all these people I have never even met DMing me and like, "We're so sorry that person said such and such. We know you're not like that." I'm like, bro, y'all some real ones.
I mean, hey, if the people don't know who you are, bro, let them talk, because they just don't know.
And the person that said all that could have just DM'd me. They didn't even attempt to try to reach out to me. They're just like, "Oh yeah, this guy is this, and that. I hate him." I'm like, bro, I've never spoken to you. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Bro, you can't please everybody in this world. And
nah, it's wild.
Whatever. Life goes on. So we all die one day. So anyways.
We're gonna fucking die.
You say that?
Who cares?
We all end up in the same place, brother. We all go into the same place. All right. Anyways.
Not everyone.
Well, you know what I mean. Lights go out at some point. All right. Yo. That's your mom right there, ain't it?
Your mom just gifted us sub.
Your mom just gifted us a tier 1 subscription to Egan.
Now me and Sam got to split that 250.
Bruh. It's fucked up. Luke's just gonna buy the season pass for the
he can get another level, right?
Yeah, it's 3 levels for you there, brother. Anyways, all right, we've been trying to end this podcast for like 20 minutes now. So, Joe, thanks again. Chat, we
Yes,
love you for
sir.
being here. If you're listening on Spotify, thanks for listening. And we'll see you guys next week. That's the end of that. My name is Maddox. You can find me at twitch.tv/Maddox. Hoping to make a quick little stream return here in the near future. So look out for that.
Nice. And I'm Bearded Luke. YouTube.com/Bearded Luke. Just kidding. My name's Bearded Luke. You can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/Bearded Luke. My channel is a tech channel. I do tech stuff. It has nothing to do with video games. So if you don't like video games, don't follow me. Or if you like video games and you don't like tech, don't follow me. But if you like tech, come follow me. My stuff's good. I promise. But anyways, I love all of you. Thank you for watching. Episode 48 is done. 2 more episodes and we'll be at 50. The big 50. We're gonna have to do something crazy. We're gonna have to 50 guests on or something. But we'll see you all next time. Joe, we love you. And Destiny community, we love you more. Have a nice night. Bye.